to talk about what's happening with XRP in the XRP community. CoinMarketCap XRP is at around 77 cents. Again, look at this, guys. Everything seems to be in the red today. But I can support your purchases some financial advice, value only. Truth comes to sweet out. I think they're trying to roll out an international currency, probably an international digital currency. Now, guys, listen to what he states right here.
I want to quote some things here. The banks are appealing for emergency liquidity assistance in a multitude of currencies to put to a halt the chaos as counterparties withdraw their funds and limit access to liquidity, leaving the banks in disarray and ruin. The participants discussed multilateral policies to respond to the crisis, including a coordinated bank holiday. A bank holiday, when they say coordinated, throughout the entire West, not just the Western Hemisphere, the entire West, all countries. Debt repayment grace periods, swap repro agreements, and, listen to this, coordinated delinking from major currencies. What does that mean?
I think that means they're trying to figure out a way to roll out an international currency. That's what I think it means. Probably an international digital currency, which is something that people in the Great Reset movement, like Mark Carney, who is elsewhere with the World Economic Forum, I believe that that's what they ultimately want, and that they're looking for a way to try to make this happen. And I think that they're running different scenarios for how this could occur, and these so-called cyber attacks and fake news, the proliferation of fake news causing some kind of financial catastrophe, supposedly, are some of the scenarios that they're thinking could be used as a way to roll out an international currency. I think that's the only way to understand what a coordinated delinking from major currencies is.
What does that mean to the average person, their savings, their salary, and everything else, if there's, quote, a major delinking from major currencies?
Well, what we've seen in the past is anytime there has been a switch to a currency, when they've gotten rid of an old kind of currency and they've moved to a new sort of currency, and every time we've seen this, people lose 50% of the value of their money, essentially.
Again, wow. Guys, could it be XRP comes and saves the day? Remember,
a quote.
This is pretty crazy stuff, isn't it? Now, guys, there's the fun part of XRP in the XRP community. Now, this is quite interesting. Bojack as well. Mr. Pool did tweet this out the other day. As we can see right here, a check mark, which is very interesting, right? If you go down here, there is a few connections being made. Here is a green check. Watch from Swift, right? Right there. Again, Swift. Now, if you go down here, Plan B, check mark. Action Plan A completed. Congratulations. Action Plan B begins January again. Guys, a lot of interesting connections being made right here. Now, next it comes from the Breath in Joe's Nostrils. Tweeted it while XRP was at 77 cents. As well as Baba Cooks did post a check mark before as well, right? And again, 77 cents, right? Which connects to this way right here. 77.17. Interesting. Red light, green light. Again, from the Breath and Joe's Nostrils suite. Pools timestamp tonight in LDN time. As we can see, which equals to 22:13, right? 13:22. Seems to be a date to really watch out for. Is it even a date? Now, Hari555 sweet out. Remember ZZ posting the capital of Kazakhstan? Seems interesting. Of all the Phoenix choices, the news about Kazakhstan setting the tone for 2022, guys. This is absolutely insane. Now, listen to this right here. Right? As you guys can see right there. Look at that. You guys can read why is Kazakhstan so rich. And then right there, which connects to the Phoenix, huh? Bearable Guy and MG. You guys can see the flag. A gold sun with 32 rays above a soaring golden eagle, both centered on a sky blue field. We are at the forefront of a new age, right? When the bear looks up at that beautiful golden sun and blue skies, he thanks God for this opportunity for people worldwide to take advantage of this chance to buy XRP. Wow, this is absolutely insane. Again, 2020, this has to be the year, guys. A giant leap, right? If you go down here, 30 years and 3 weeks, 33. Independence Day of Kazakhstan, look at that. And then, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Christmas in Russia is celebrated on January 7th, right? So guys, I mean, this is absolutely insane. All the connections being made. Wow. Now, it seems like when all this happens, the average Joe wouldn't be able to buy XRP at a point in time, which is pretty crazy. Now, next tweet comes from Danny Dark. Might want to keep a watchful eye on what's going on here. Again, look at this, guys. The Phoenix, huh? Very interesting. Now look at this. You guys can see what's happening over there. They also do around 10% of the global Bitcoin mining. Crazy stuff, guys, to say the least. Now, this actually gets pretty crazy. I did tweet this out because there's a lot of connections being made right here. 4 days after JB, right? So, do you guys remember this tweet? Joe Biden reminds me of the grandpa tweets. 4 days after your hero JB dies is the lowest you'll be able to buy XRP. Those recent tweets shows Biden just before the Lily tweets, huh? Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen, guys, but just listen to this right here from Cryptomaniac. President, right, foretells the future. Again, now look at that, guys.
Would you give a young lady wanting to become president of the United States?
Well, I hope we do have a young lady at some point become president of the United States. I can tell you how I think it will happen, because it won't happen in the normal course of events. Either the Republican or Democrat political party will nominate a man for president and a woman for vice president, and the woman and man will win. So you'll end up with a president, a male, and a vice president, a female. And in that term of office of the president will die, and the woman will become president under the law.
Would you give
Absolutely insane, because if you go down here, right, there was a connection, as we can see right here. Remember the Simpsons, which is very interesting, guys. Now, let's get back to the connections right here. You guys can see, right, JB. If you go here, now I'm not saying this is going to happen, guys, but I'm just looking at the connections being made, right? As we've seen, Mr. Poole posted this a year ago on the 16th of January. Now, if you go back here, more tweets. Remember, all events are pre-planned ahead of time, right, to say the least. All events. And then last but not least, XRP, the Phoenix, right, rises as we see the time. Again, so we'll see what happens, guys, but it does seem very interesting to say the least, right? From a death, a rebirth is created. The first deciders tweet out, so that was the connection with the grandpa notes, right, from this account right here. Grandpa, the blue pill tweet has nothing to do with politics and is not referring to Rep or Dem, right? The blue pill is referring to what is to come to the world as you know it. Again, now it seems like we see a red pill and blue pill situation right here, right? Again, a lot of interesting stuff to say the least. Now, Howard Moon is tweet out, dreaming of the crash. Eyes wide open. Of the crash. Again, all in spaces, right? Now, again from the Breath of Joe's Nostril suite, the end is just the beginning. The end is just the beginning. Again, look at that, guys. The Phoenix rises right at the end, but wait, it's just the beginning. Wow. Again from Danny Dark, Little Caesar said, let's make it as obvious as possible. Guys, look at that. Wow. 33. Right? Come on. I did see this tweet earlier, right? And it was pretty crazy. All 33s, guys. All 33s. Next tweet comes from Gorn Gecko. Big Ben's clock has stopped working. Anybody confirm this? As we see right there. But then, look at this, guys. If we go down here from XP Bart, do I have a problem? X. I mean, that's just hilarious, isn't it? Right? XP finishes tweet out. As we near the end, the puppet masters who control the entire market are pulling out their money. The money they used to prop up the entire thing to trick you into believing there was value. Expect the unexpected. Seems like implies crash, but expect the unexpected. While everything crashes, probably XRP rises like the Phoenix. This is why prepare, right? Of all these S coins and meme coins vanishing away. The penalty for today's video comes from Baba Cugs. Always hit them with the facts. All you hear is crickets, as we see right there. Again, the timeline, right? It seems like it is inevitable of what's upcoming, guys. But anyways, that's all for you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys please leave a like, subscribe, and subscribe to my channel. So you guys have an amazing day, and you guys see ya.